Welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your co-host, Coach FRENCHY, directly from the somewhere, Bell Center, maybe at Winnipeg, I don't know. But I'm at the booth because we have to go also find our co-host, Mr. Michael DEVELLANO.
Morning, Pierre. How are things going?
Doing well, doing well. We are still in Texas.
Briefly, yeah.
Awesome.
We'll be back in California soon.
That's great. It's funny, nobody. Oh, people show up now. Yeah, nobody. It was still you and me.
We're not used to that now.
I know. I feel like something wrong. Usually, after the music, we hear something said, hello, hello, hi, and nobody right now. So but it's all good. It's Friday. It's all about hockey, to be honest with you. A great hockey game last night in NHL. Two-game and OT again. I thought we were going to be late, go to bed late because the game, but game was very quickly. They did not wait too much longer to play hockey, to be honest with you. And surprised me, penalties during overtime during the game. So it's surprised to see that, the referee about that.
Yeah, that's true. Both games, right?
Yeah, that's just really impressive. Yeah. But again, at the end of the day, I think the biggest concern or the biggest talk in NHL, everything like that, the last 48 hours, it's really, really happening with Mark Scheifele. Mark Scheifele, the NHL decide to go with 4 games for him. Everywhere, be honest with you, other than the fact, maybe I think the biggest winner of this, Michael, is the Toronto Maple Leaf players like Matthew is a minor, because now the targeting in Toronto, it's not about them anymore. It's about Mark Scheifele, and I think they can a little bit breathe more because after that, they got eliminated. There was miserable days in Toronto, to be honest with you. But before we start, I want to show to you, Michael, I produced a short video about 1 minute. You're going to see this if it works. And after that, I want you to tell us a bit your comments about that.
It is important to note how charging is defined in the NHL rulebook. The relevant portion of the rule states, charging shall mean the actions of a player who, as a result of... It is important to note how charging is defined.
Can you see it, right?
No, you can't see it, but I think we've all watched this clip ad nauseum. It's not the worst hit in the NHL, but he obviously screwed up and acted emotionally, and they penalized him. And this is going to really affect the Jets. In a bad way. That's their best centerman for sure.
Yeah. Let me check. I will show to you because it's not the clips or the clips. It's the clip of NHL.
It is important to note how charging is defined in the NHL rulebook. The relevant portion of the rule states, charging shall mean the actions of a player who, as a result of distance traveled, shall violently check an opponent in any manner. In short, this is a player who has traveled a considerable distance, is moving with exceptional speed, and is fully aware of his momentum, who chooses to charge into a vulnerable opponent with a high, predatory hit. However, as Evans comes around the net with the puck, Scheifele does not attempt to make a play on the puck with his stick. Instead, he takes one hand off his stick, turns his shoulder, and loads up for contact. While players are not required to attempt to play the puck, on this play, Scheifele's choice to not make a play on the puck tells us that he is conceding the empty net goal. This is also not a mere collision between two players attempting to occupy the same space on the ice. This is charging. Evans suffered an injury on the play. Scheifele.
Here we go. So it was another angle we did not see for the last 48 hours because we did not see from the back. We only see from the side of camera for Sportnet for the last 48 hours. And the NHL produced something about explanation rule number 42, where it's about the charging, whether you travel USA and Canada, to be a charging is a 2-3 strike to hit someone.
That's what I was going to say. But I think the NHL rule is different. You saw it. So because, you know, for us, you're right. Like normally a charge is 2 or 3 strides before you hit him. But I mean, these guys, he was going fast. I mean, I think it's obvious that it was a bad hit. I mean,
Yeah, I think the video make the fact like he's not looking for the puck. We have no intention to stop.
The puck was in the net.
On the flip side, Michael, I would say to you, he got, he got really, really. Jake even make only one mistake. Like, when you retrieve the puck as a defenseman behind the net or in goal direction, you usually have a shoulder check, right? You call it shoulder check in hockey. So you turn around your head to look what's coming, right? And I think as a forward, you don't know that, right? But if he will look before he retrieve the puck to see what's coming.
He didn't look at all.
I'm saying again?
He didn't look at all. His head was down the whole time.
Yeah. So my point is like when he retrieved the puck, he should look about that part so you can see a player like Scheifele with someone, it's coming to him. Obviously, his head was down, and he got that part over there. Everywhere in social media and hockey right now, they don't talk about anything else. It's just about that part over there. And my question to you for everybody is all about how many games you agree with this decision. If you take 4 games in the playoff, Michael, it calculate from people, it's 21% of the series playoff. And the regular season, it's 17 games of the 82 games. My question to you is, you feel it's good enough? Is it not good enough? Or is it should be less of 4 games?
I mean, it was a bad hit. It definitely should have been a suspension. No, but it was obvious that it was intentional. To me, the puck was already in the net, and even though he wasn't taking strides, he could see the guy's head was down. So 4 games is probably the series for the most part. I'd be shocked. It's very likely that it is. So it's going to absolutely cost the Jets as a whole team, and it's aggressive, but it's not like if it was regular season, I would think it would also be 4 games. It's not going to be 17.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're looking at a percentage of the playoffs, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think for me, it's 2 things about that. The only thing I would say I'm not agree, it's not the number of the game, it's the fact he should not play against a Montreal Canadiens during that series. Because what happened after that, he's going to be back in game number 6. The first is going to happen, everybody's going to run after him. Now you're going to have fight and everything like that. And that's not should be that way, hockey. It should not be about fight. It should not be about that stuff like that.
Since when? The entire history of hockey is that. So if Montreal tries to fight him, let him fight him. I mean,
but again, it's not should be that way. It should not be that way. The hockey is changing. We don't need to go that
it's changing, but I don't think
back again. About to go jumping on someone, like exactly what Fournier did to Perry, should not exist about that anymore. Hockey is evaluated now. It's move on. It's about McDavid. It's about Matthews. It's about the great hockey play. And now we talk about for the last 48 hours about a hit, a 30 hit of someone. It should not exist to play like that. And his intention was to hurt someone. And that should not be the hockey. Sorry.
So I think he should come back in the series, and I think that Montreal should decide what they want to do. And if they're gonna put their team in jeopardy and try to take a bunch of penalties by running the guy, and they don't care about the 4 games, because 4 games is a lot. I mean, that's their problem, and Winnipeg will capitalize on that. And I don't think that we have a sport that should go to no contact. And I don't think we should have a sport that, if they're going to ban fighting, which they might do, who knows? I mean, we've seen a whole different thing emerge, and I don't think it is just about skill players. We see, it's still an aggressive sport. It's still a man sport. And if you want it to be some other sport, then
that's not point. His intention, he was to hurt someone.
Yeah, that's why he got a suspension and a penalty.
But but that's the point. He should not play hockey this way. He should not. Your intention right now. I'm going on the ice. My intention right now
He got a
is to.
suspension because he
My
was
intention right
stupid.
now
So
to
who
go on the
cares? Like,
ice.
what are you gonna like punish him forever? Are you gonna say he can't play the Montreal Canadiens anymore because it's not fair? Absolutely, let him play.
It's not a point. Let him give him 20 games, not only 4, so he can
games? That's
remember. He can
There's like
remember.
way worse things. They gave $5,000 to Tom Wilson for bouncing a guy's head off the ice.
Again, 40 games. That's my point. You're going to eliminate those intentions. His job, Mike.
That's the most ridiculous
So
nonsense I've ever heard.
you're telling us right now, Michael said, it's okay. He was intention was to kill Jaccob, maybe terminate his career to play hockey because his intention was not play
That's
hockey.
an overreaction
It was to
because
kill
you're a
the
Montreal
guy.
fan. That's ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous overreaction. Like, if you're into hockey or you're a Montreal fan, if you're into hockey,
I'm
you
hockey.
realize it was a
If you look
play.
again,
Got a
his
suspension.
intention, the Mark Scheifele, was what? What it was Mark
This is not
Scheifele intention?
This is not Todd Bertuzzi. This is not that incident.
My question
It's
is
not
ask
even
this.
close.
Answer this
He
question.
got
What
a
it was the
charging
Mark
penalty.
Scheifele
And he got
intention?
suspended. I totally disagree with everything you're saying. He hit him. He got a suspension of 4 games. His team probably loses the series because of it.
But you don't lose the play what he was trying to do.
Jake
His
Evans is
intention
fine.
was to kill the guy. His intention,
No, it
any
wasn't. That's
players.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous, Pierre. How
Ryan
can you even say
Reeves,
that?
Ryan Reeves, what he tried to do, what he was intention to.
Hockey.
But you have to be accountable as a player to be responsible
He
with
is.
action.
He is. He got a charging penalty. He got thrown out of the game. He's thrown out for 4 games, and his team probably loses the whole series. And he has no prior history of this.
But it's not a matter of like
and
anybody
you
have no
put your
offense when you play
interpretation
hockey. My point to you, for me, 4 games is not good enough. For me, is you
It's
eliminate
totally
completely. Because now
too
you go
much.
to run again about grabbage after that. You go to run about something could happen exactly what Rangers
We're
did.
not gonna agree on
Exactly what Anthony Mantha got from
Mom is
Medic.
running everything fine. This is not minor hockey. And
It's
for
not,
you to
the
say that
hockey
you want to
is not
kill
like
him is
in
ridiculous.
1985 anymore. Hockey is a goal where we're going to go to
If
another
it was
evolution
1985, he
hockey.
would have got nothing. If it was 1985, he would have got nothing.
So you said this is fine. This is not big deal. He got suspended. Is a charging. The guy is fine. No big deal. You're going to be back next year. He's going to run after Detroit players, and now he's going to hit again. He's going to maybe
Then he'll be
broken the
suspended
heart,
again.
jaw,
Suspended
nose.
here.
Maybe the guy never come back again, but he's okay because there's a pot hockey and it's a 30 take. It's not big deal. And the league decide 4 games is
You're
good
wrong.
enough because you have only a first time.
Yes, because you're emotional because it's a Montreal player.
No,
You can't
I have
separate
nothing with
that.
Jake
It was
Evans.
a clean body check.
I'm
that
not
was
nothing
charged.
with Jake Evans. It could be Austin Matthews. It's not matter. It's the play. It's a responsibility of any player play hockey.
And he took
His intention
responsibility
was
for it.
to
He
try
suspended. He
to
went to
hurt
the hearing.
someone. That's my point. His
Half the game
intention.
is hurting someone, Pierre. Half the game is hurting someone. Half the game of any men's sport is hurting someone. Pick a sport.
I don't think so. If someone go in the corner,
hit him
play
in
the
the
puck,
head.
he's not trying to hurt someone. He's going to try to pick up the puck. Mike
why he got
Scheifele
suspended,
start
Pierre.
from the red line
That's
at the
why he got
middle of the
suspended,
ice
Pierre.
to targeting one thing, the player and not the puck.
Okay, good. You're right, Pierre. He should be suspended forever, and Pierre should be in charge of justice. Or
No, my
you can have
point to
someone
you
that's not a
is,
Montreal fan look at
I
the play
tried
and
to
understand
explain
he's
to
screwed up.
you, he should not
I
play
get what
again.
you're saying. It's wrong.
He should not play again to least, I mean, mom, to 6, 10, 12 games, and maybe 15 games. It's not
I
matter.
totally don't get it at all. That's
4
ridiculous.
games is not good enough for what he was his intention.
Totally good enough, and that's what he got, and that's what he's going to sit out.
You're going to see game number 6, game number 7, 6, and now he's going to go that. And hockey should not be fighting. Hockey should be the beauty of what we do.
I totally disagree. It's not figure skating.
I'm not saying it's figure skating. It's about the beauty of hockey where you see play
Get
game
around
after
and
game.
don't touch anybody. We have a history of a game where there is fighting in it. There are body checks, and not every play is right. And that's why they have penalties, and that's why they have suspensions. They've cleaned up a lot of stuff in the game, Pierre. And the guy's getting suspended because he charged him.
But that's the
He should be out 40 games is not even rational.
It's the same thing happening to Tom Wilson the last time we gave him only $5,000.
No, it's not. Tom Wilson is a terrible offender. And you can see Mark Scheifele was saying that was a clean hit. I don't understand the problem. And he's right. It probably would have been a clean if he actually played the puck, but he acted emotionally and was stupid. He screwed up. And he hit the guy when the puck was already in the net. And he knew the guy's head was down. He should have pulled up. And that's why he's suspended.
It's the same thing happening like Kettery got 8 games. It was 2.
You're talking about repeat offenders that routinely hit to the head, bounce guys' heads off the ice. That's not Mark Scheifele. He didn't hit the guy in the head. He hit him square in the chest. The problem was the guy wasn't expecting it, and the play was over.
Oh yeah, I don't say that he's a repeat player every time. That I just mentioned about
put him in the same category is ridiculous. It doesn't make sense.
For me,
We've
it's
had like
not good enough. For me, it's not good enough for a game. For that situation right there, it's somewhere have an intention, because if you gave more game, that will stop to do those kind of player thinking before.
It'll stop body check. Like
that's what I believe. What happened?
Well, it's not minor hockey, and I guess it's nice for USA Hockey Development because they just want everyone to have their own puck and not have any body contact.
But it's because it's not about USA Hockey Development. If you tell that, I don't know where you bring this in the subject.
Well, because that's where it comes from, Pierre. We've eliminated.
The point is like right now, if you look about, I'm talking about the people talking about the clean up the game, about to be sure we have more the Mario Lemieux. The time Mario Lemieux did not perform because people was trying to kill him. The players tried to go with when Gretzky talking to people about McDavid.
You're talking about something that's not even related to this and not what's going on in hockey.
And I'm just talking about the fact, like, for me, it was not good enough to give him 4 games. That's simple about that, because his intention was to targeting a players, not the puck.
Well, you said he tried to kill him, which he didn't. That's ridiculous.
My point, what he was trying to do. What was the intention of Mark Scheifele?
He acted emotionally in that split second.
So what it was is that from the red line, what was his intention?
To hit him, stop the goal, punish him for putting it in an empty net, and it was the wrong thing. That's why he got suspended.
If he was trying to stop the goal, he would put the.
I think Shea Weber should be suspended because he tried to fight. He tried to fight Adam Lowry, and Adam Lowry wasn't even involved in the play, Pierre. Shea Weber should be suspended for 5 games.
It was not Lowry. It was Dubois who picked up Weber.
Was that 13? So that's even worse. So you're going to fight a player that's completely innocent?
Well, Dubois picked up Weber.
Yeah, exactly. Shea Weber should be suspended for sure for that.
For what? For
trying to attack him.
I don't follow you converse. I don't
follow the logic of saying that there's no body checking or bad plays in hockey. That's why they have. I don't say that. I just tried to explain to you the intention of the players. His intention versus. We don't have the right to choose intention. The guy screwed up and he got suspended. To suggest that there's never going to be those plays in hockey means that we have a different game.
So my question was, how many games? You said you agree with 4. I said I'm not.
Are you in favor of banning fighting in hockey?
I'm saying again.
Are you in favor of banning fighting in hockey and body checking?
All right, you should not be any fight anymore. Hockey should not be any fight anymore.
Yeah.
That's on any level, junior, college, any level, you should not fight hockey. Because hockey is not like it was before. We passed that level.
It's already not like that. Yeah, so that's where the problem is, because that's your assumption, and it's probably going that way, and that comes from USA Hockey mainly.
I don't think it's coming from USA Hockey. It's just like So you agree you should have fight and you should have those stuff like that.
Fight. Absolutely.
Is that right? Is that's where you think like is this over there? That's
It's absolutely where it comes from. The influence on USA Hockey on the game is to remove fighting from the game, which may be fine. I mean, I've seen the bad effects of that too, but that's not the way it is in the NHL right now. We've gotten rid of enforcers. There's still body checking. The next thing is to remove physical contact. So where's the line?
There's going to be a lot of conversation for sure about that situation. I'm sure a lot of people will be.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be used.
Some of that is the sadness about this is it's
Jake
remove
Evans,
the quality of the hockey, what's going on around the league with Boston Islanders, the Colorado Vegas, and that game Montreal was playing a solid game that night.
You're biased because it's Montreal, and what you're saying about hockey is not even what's in the professional game or in junior.
What do you mean?
Well, there's body checking and there is fighting, and that's always been the case.
I had no on that body check. I have no problem. I just tell you we are going in another direction. So for me,
I get that.
You said Weber is going to be suspended. It's not the point. The point is that
he fought.
For me, it's not necessary to create those other things after that. My point is that why not to let suspend for the Winnipeg Jet versus Montreal and move on after that. If they win, you get him play round number 3 and he continues like that. It would just maybe create more
I disagree, but I understand
fight and more grabuge where the quality hockey is not this anymore. Exactly what Nick Foligno did to Perry. Everything what someone hit someone like Ryan Graves.
Which was totally fine too. Again, you're showing your bias as a fan of one team. I'm not a fan of either.
I agree what Ryan Graves did to Ryan Graves.
He got suspended for 2 games.
But that isn't necessary. Is it necessary in hockey someone do that?
That's why he got suspended for 2 games.
But is it necessary for someone to do that?
How are you going to stop that? They're suspended and they got a penalty.
But that's the point. 30 games, 40 games.
So
that's the point. Stop to do things that stop like that. It's not necessary. Nice point. It's not necessary to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. But you're not watching hockey then. You're watching something else.
I'm just repeat to you what I said. I think it's not necessary to do something like this.
It's not realistic either. And if that's the way the game's going, then it's figure skating and it'll be co-ed soon, which is fine.
But we don't need a guy like Ryan Graves in the game where his job is only for what?
He's a good player. He doesn't take that many penalties, really.
By not many people, because
he's a good PK guy and he's a good forechecker. Anyways, I have to go, Pierre, unfortunately.
Yeah, you have to go California?
Yeah, I got to get on a plane.
All right. Sounds good, buddy. I will see you later.
Pierre, I respect your opinion. I don't agree with it, but I respect it.
I have no problem with that part of it. It's just like for me, I believe it's not the right things for Mark Scheifele to play again Montreal. I'm just worried could create other things where take off the quality of hockey.
It's not about the quality of hockey. Again, I don't agree with that at all. The quality of hockey is that it's a physical, aggressive sport.
No, I'm talking about the remove the defect. Like we don't talk about the goal of Brett Marchand. We don't talk about what the play, what happening, like whatever it was, Kyle Connor backdoor goal, and what about Brendan Gallagher's shot. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about what you said. I'm just talking about we should focus on the things what hockey is all about. Where
I would argue that Montreal never would have won the last series if it was the type of game you're describing. Montreal would have lost the last series if it was the type of game you're describing.
What do you mean?
If you take all those elements out of the game, Montreal does not win.
I didn't see anybody try to hit. You know what I mean? Like the physical is part of the game. I just said I don't need to be resilient. That's it.
There was a reason Nick Foligno went after him. It's because it was John Tavares.
But again, it was not necessary to do that. That's my point. That's my point. Why?
Really?
Wait,
He did.
why?
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 The guy's got a concussion and a knee injury because of what he did.
So you said to us right now, Corey Perry tried to hit to hurt John Tavares.
Doesn't matter.
What?
Doesn't matter what his intention was. He did it.
Yes, it's fun between intention and an accident.
So you're a mind reader now?
We have a difference between someone tried to hurt someone versus someone. It's
did
happening to John Tavares. He had no intention to Corey Perry to try to hit the head of John Tavares, Michael.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Anyways, I do have to go, unfortunately. I'd like to continue arguing about it, but...
Yeah. All right. I will talk to you Monday.
Bye, Pierre. Thanks.
Have a good one. Safe trip.
It is important to note how charging is defined in the NHL rulebook. The relevant portion of...
Here we go. All right, let's go back right there. Welcome, John Gregor, Michael Rosenblatt. And we have at the beginning, we talked, Stefan was around. We missed Stefan at the beginning of that part. Big argument, the hockey froggy. Welcome back, buddy. Yeah, it's all good. Like, people can have a different suggestion, different opinions. I just said for me it was not good enough to get 4 games. That was the purpose behind everything. I think for me he should be out of the series between the Winnipeg Jets. The numbers no matter. It was just for me. It's not necessarily, I think it would be easier to see that if this series go to 6-7. Game number 6, it would be really interesting when the puck will be dropped between Mark Scheifele and the guy in front of him, and go from there. And then, you know what I mean? Let's take off for me the other things around the league where I think fight is not necessary. Yep, I agree with you about that. Let me check. I will turn on a couple of things here because we talk off some stuff like that. And then we have a couple of things happening yesterday in the NHL. So we tried to talk about this also this morning. First, the NHL nomination for the Trophy Calder. We have Kirill Kaprizov for the Minnesota Wild. We have Alex Nedeljkovic for the Carolina Hurricanes. And, of course, the Dallas star, Mr. Jason Robinson. They are the 3 finalists of the Trophy Calder. I don't know what you think about what you feel like who's going to win that trophy. Do you really believe this trophy is only going to Kaprizov, or do you believe Nedeljkovic or Jason Robinson have a chance to win? Or you really believe, no, this was going to be only no chance to anybody else. It's going to be Kirill Kaprizov, that trophy for the Calder Trophy. Yeah, I think so too. I agree with you about that. I think he got 27, 28 goals, if I can recall it. I could be wrong, but I really believe. No, it's all good. You're not the first one, and I am too. Yeah, I know. It was at the beginning. I call him different name, Kaprinov and Kaprizov and Kaprivaz. It was difficult at the beginning, but I can handle. So I believe he's going to win the Trophy Calder. I don't know what you believe for your choice. What do you think about that? And I think I don't see anybody else can win it. Of course, they were going to get some vote for them. I think we could add Josh Norris with that policy. Stanley Cup prediction, I'll be honest with you, for me, it's Colorado. Since the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the year, I said Colorado was going to win the Stanley Cup. You can say Tampa looking good right now. Tampa win last night, looking good. I thought the Carolina Hurricanes going to be, I think that series is 2-1 Tampa Bay, but that series is so tight. It could be 2-1 Carolina right now. Vasilevsky is unbelievable. And the win yesterday gave a better chance to Carolina now to maybe tie and maybe win that series right now. A little bit like Islanders and... yeah, I agree with you. I think Colorado is like another. I think right now, like the Islanders series and Boston is so tight. The series between Carolina and is so tight. I think Winnipeg Jet Montreal will be like the last 8 series right now. You know what I mean? Like other effect, they destroy 7-1 Colorado Vegas. But you can see game number 2. It was really, really close between both teams. And I think, I'll be honest with you, Philip Gruber stole the game to Vegas last game. They went Colorado and OT go the Rantanen on Fleury. I think that game could be on both ways. So it's great hockey right now. It's great to see that. It's fun to see that. Hopefully, we're going to change the conversation about Mark Scheifele for the rest of the series. We move on, like Michael said. We move on to the next thing. I think Steven said the same thing now. And focus what's the most about is the game. I was not his big fans at the end of the season, to be honest with you. I was happy when he signed up with with Montreal. But I think right now we see another Eric style, and not only the Eric style on the ice, but another way where Eric style is what he brings on the off ice and on the locker room, his leadership, his sense of captain. You think about that. Shea Weber is an amazing, great captain, right? Since he was playing hockey. And you can see that the same thing characteristic of Eric Stahl. He has that kind of leadership. And I think Corey Perry, his experience in the NHL, that's bring to them, to Montreal Canadiens, that edge about that kind of mindset, everything like that. And that's what he does. And of course, not only he does it, but also he produces better. He's more effective for the team. And, he's 5-6 point right now, where, he's unbelievable right now for what he does. And that line, Armia, Perry, and Stahl doing very, very well for the Montreal Canadiens. But hopefully, for tonight, who's coming? Is it Thomas Tatar or Lekonen is going to play? About that one over there. So it would be very interesting about that part. I want to, before we talk about the game tonight, you have a couple, I liked at the beginning of the show, and because we knew Mike was leaving at 11:30 today, we changed it right away, the conversation about Mark Scheifele. But, I want to mention what happening in the NHL the last 24 hours, and a couple of signatures. The Toronto Maple Leafs just announced this morning they signed Pontus Ahlberg, Sweden players, 2 years entry-level contract, ELC. He's 22 years old. He's going to return to play with Vaxel. I don't know, maybe Stefan Menberg can help him about that one over there. He was a 156 overall pick in 2018 in NHL. He played in ASHL. No problem, hockey. Glad to having you. Hopefully see you very soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also likes. That'd be awesome. So have an amazing, great Friday, buddy. Look forward to see you very soon. So that's what's happening about this. I don't know if Stefan is around, but Steph, if you're around, if you know that players or anybody else like Yamo, anything like that, just mention. But I want to mention one thing. I think, we knew the New York Rangers is going to be good one day, or they rebuild and they get a lot of young players. You talk about Capo, Lafreniere, Mailer now and defenseman, and the amazing year of Andy Fox as a defenseman. And you talk about those goaltender, Chester King. they have a lot of young players at that organization. And I want to mention another great signature for them. And nobody talk about this because we don't see him yet. But listen, he have an amazing great year on the SHL also. We talk about Longvis. He's great with the ELC again, 3 years. He's 20 years old. He was draft 28 first-round pick in 2018 by the New York Rangers. John Gregg, welcome aboard. He got 32 points this year in 52 games and the SHL. He's a leading defenseman in the goal with power play with 8 goals. A great addition for the New York Rangers, I believe. It's only 20 years old. Yeah, Carrie, I agree with you about that one over there. I'm sorry I don't have to do this anymore. The chat is there. I don't think there was any intention about that part over there. Can I overreact? Possible. But for me, it's not good enough. 4 games at least. He should be out of the series against the Montreal Canadiens. And again, he could be only 3 or 4 because at the end of the day, if we win the next 4 games, he's back to play the round number 3. I just feel like if he's back game number 6, that series could be take out what is all about the beauty to play hockey and not to be there to fight every time. That was my reason behind everything. I feel like hockey could have fight. I have no problem with that. We have no reason to the intention. The fighting is resilient because someone did something about that. I just feel like, and again, for me, Nick Foligno, I have no reason to do what he did to Corey Perry, and no reason for Ryan Reeves did to Ryan Graves. So, but that's hockey look like, and like he said, I agree with what he said that when Michael said he got punished, I agree with that. They punish him, it is okay. Just for me, it's not good enough. That's simple. Talking about Carey Price, hopefully Carey Price, you're ready to rock and roll tonight, first of all. Secondly, we talk about Carey Price, we talk about Montreal Canadiens, so we need to talk about someone else. We want to talk about Matthias Norlander, signed a 3-year contract at 3 ELC. ELC is an abbreviation of the entry-level contract. About that part, he was, draft a 64 overall pick, so he's a 3rd-round pick, honestly. And 2019, he decided to stay in Sweden to play a little bit longer and the SHL over there. He's a great offensive player, a little bit small. Thank you, John. He's a little bit small. He's a 5'10", 180 pounds, good offensive. And I'm going to mention this, and Carey Price, don't start to do something bad. No, I'm just kidding. My point is like he's a little bit what Victor Mete is. Prototype of player, right? So really good on offensive, carry on the puck, trash it, not too much physical, a little bit more talented, I would believe, I will said to you. I know Steph, he may be left, but Steph, it's all the players. We're going to talk about them tonight again if Steph is back because they saw him play a lot over there. So it will be interesting what Norlander is going to bring for the Montreal Canadiens. I think he's another great addition. Montreal have a lot of prospects and their junior team and in Europe and also in the college. So, we don't talk right now about Harris. I think Michael, he could talk about Grant Brother with the Everett Silver Stick and all those players that Montreal select for the last 2 years. It's a lot of good prospect. Miziak with the Laval Rocket this year, it's another one right there. And then what's great, what is coming, Montreal still have a lot of pick for the upcoming NHL draft. So that's what's happening about that one over there. Yes, sir, John. So, and then finally, of course, we want to talk about what happened last night. 2 games. First, the game, it was 7:30 between the New York Islanders and the Boston Bruins. I was right for one thing. I was right. I said this series, guys, is going to be low score. I will not see many goals like a lot of game for the rest of the series, like 5-4, 6-4, 5-3, or something like that. That would be a game after game, a battle of physicality, of winning the puck, retrieving the puck, and 3-2, 2-1, two great goaltender again. Varlamov, he can survive it. He should stop the puck to Marchand. Listen, not many people can shoot the puck like what he did, Brett Marchand, yesterday. An amazing, great shot on the top corner over the shoulder of Varlamov. Listen, no more. It was just like, just like that where it's happened sometime in hockey. But, I think it was like amazing to see that for sure for the Brett Marchand score about that. So let me check something here. Try to stop those guys. Sometimes they are coming back, unfortunately. But so that's Brett Marchand scored a big goal yesterday. Again, OT gave the game to the Boston Bros. And like John, he's a big fan of he's a big fan of the Boston Bruins. I try to get there right now. I think Boston right now take the lead 2-1. And that would be interesting to see how he's going to be the game number 4. Now, talking about the second game during the night, the Hurricanes versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Wow, this was exciting. A lot of opportunists. The goaltender was amazing. I think Tampa could win that game also. But again, at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, I think they did very well for Mashek back in the lineup yesterday for the first time. And I think that helped the team to win that game over there. I don't say Nikita Kucherov don't have a bad series, but I think overall it was great to see him come back after missing all this in the beginning of the season. So 3-2, Kimberly, welcome aboard. And, so this series could be very, really, really, really interesting. Right now, Tampa Bay winning 2-1. But again, it could be shift, could be switch. And I think could be another great long series again. Game number 4 between both teams is going to be really, really the big den. John said Browns won, coach. It could happen, honestly. They should, in my book. But it's going to be a series for 6-7 game. Again, like I said, the next game number 4 for Carolina and the Boston and the New York Islanders are important for sure. It's going to be 3-1 or 2-2. That's a huge about that one over there. So, you know what I mean? So that would be something you have to look for sure about that. Now, talking about this, tonight, 2 big games. Two big games, guys, tonight. Honestly. 7:30, the game we're going to do live stream tonight. Of course, the Montreal Canadiens play again the Winnipeg Jet and Winnipeg. Don't forget, please, to click on the likes. But tonight, the Jets now, the fact like Mark Scheifele is not there anymore. What happening? I believe Montreal cannot take it like it's going to be easy or it's not going to be a big deal. I think you should take every game like difficult. You should prepare it as the game, like the big game. And I think that's the way they should do. And I think it would be very important to not be too much confidence to attack that game tonight. Winnipeg have a lot of opportunists last game. Kyle Connor have 3 chances to score, and other players could score, and Carey Price was solid in front of the net. And I think that's really important about Carey Price continue what he did. But again, Montreal cannot go that game because now thinking, because Mark Scheifele is not there, it's going to be easy. Montreal have a chance, guys, to get out and to win this game, get out and back home with 2W. And remember, Sunday and Monday is the game. It's a back-to-back game, Sunday, Monday. So, we know Winnipeg is going to go with LA Buck only. Price struggle always when it's a back-to-back game, guys, since years and years. He have a difficult time the second night. Stat proof, he has an 8.6 or 8.89 save percentage. So it will be very interesting. So for me, Montreal Canadiens have to win tonight. Montreal Canadiens have to step up, have to win that game over there. So, they have to consider what he did. Now it's a 3-4 goal per game, 5 goals. The special team you see last night, listen, if you follow all the game like the last couple of nights, the special team on power play is amazing. What Colorado does is like crazy. Welcome aboard, Dan Asher. Don't forget to click on the likes. So that's happening with that part over there for Montreal Canadiens. Like the power play will be a special team. Montreal cannot be in the box. They cannot give a lot of power play for the big Jets. The puck movement there is amazing. And you can see last night, the Tampa Bay scored 2 of the 3 goals on power play. Carolina scored 1, I believe. And then also on the series, the same way. Colorado power play is amazing. Vegas can score. And Winnipeg proved against Montreal the first game, they can score on power play. Their puck movement is amazing between, the Maurice with the 2 flanker. So that would be the way what Montreal, they have to be careful. Then finally, the second game, Vegas against Colorado. We do like we do, live streaming until the weekend. We'll go to watch this game, live streaming until it's late. 2-0 Colorado, guys, but this could be 1-1. I feel bad for Vegas lost the last game in OT. Mika Rettinen scored a goal on the penalty of Riley Smith on the slashing. The referee right now called penalty on OT, guys. Last night happening also. Kucherov was in penalty box 1. Jordan Staal scored on the shot of Sebastian Aho. So that's proof you have to be out of the box. And I think Vegas have to win tonight. It'll be so hard to come back 3-0, try to come back against Colorado Avalanche. I don't see what happen. Yeah, right? I think, yeah, you so be that's funny. You need to cook. I'm sure you have a big weekend this weekend. You need to cook for sure. But again, that would be very important for Montreal to win that game, of course, tonight. For me, you cannot have a lack of confidence thinking it's going to be easier. You have to show up there. You have to show up tonight and working hard like this is game number 7. And that's the mindset right now until the end, guys. It's a very important, one game at a time. Don't think game number 3 and game number 4. It's tonight only. It's a one period. It's one shift. That's how it works. And that's why it should be that way over there. I think that's what happening. I'm going to do a pregame tonight. The pregame tonight starts at 7 o'clock tonight p.m. Before the priority game, Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets. We're going to follow up with a live stream about then go with 4-3 Habs tonight. Not bad, to be honest with you. Then, could be a 4-3, 4-2. Yep, I can see that. I think it's a good call for you to say that. I think it's a really good call about that. So we'll be really interesting about that. Other news around the league, honestly, I didn't have other effect, the new signature, the Calder Trophy. This show to you the schedule of tonight. All right, 7:30. If you are in USA, the game is on USA channel. The NBC present the game at 10 o'clock. If you're in Canada, Sportnet. If you live in Quebec, it's TVA. Colette said 4-2. KK 2 goal. That'd be awesome if KK can score. To be honest with you, that'd be great. I don't know if you are a big fan of hockey, but like I am. But I want to mention to you, tonight the OHL start at 7 o'clock on YouTube, the draft 2021 for the team. I think Sudbury have the first round pick. I'm going to check this live, but I'm not going to present this live. So I'm going to follow who the top 5 over there, and I would make the announcement of the players, everything like that. But that'd be great. I think we need him. I think Cole Caulfield, it's time to score. I think that would be good for him, also for his confidence. And I think there's a great call over there about that one over there. So I think, that was my video today. If you follow my YouTube channel, if you subscribe under my YouTube channel, I make a video. 4-game suspension. Is it enough? And you're going to see my reaction and my video and why the reason they gave 4 games, why the NHL decide to do that way. And again, we have to accept that, everything like that. Yeah, if you have a chance to see the movie, the video of the NHL, you're going to see it's not, I don't see this is legal, everything like that. And, it is what it is, right? So that's conclude the show for Friday, guys. So what happening now? But what happening, we continue to do show Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like during the weekend. We are right now on the 7 days, every day, 11 o'clock Eastern time. We come here, we talk about the game, we bring the game to you guys, we show the game about that. Yeah, I think that's the right things for me, Dan, about that one over there. And so we do this every day, guys, at 11 o'clock Eastern time. We do the show about this. Talking about the show, we're going to have also a guest maybe this weekend. I'm just waiting his confirmation about that. It's Zach for Winnipeg. He's going to join us talking about his Jets, and I think it would be fun to have a conversation with someone like the Jets, everything like that. So that's what we're looking for. So, guys, anything you want to add before we shut down? And I know it was for maybe people are not come here a lot of morning. It was a big argument between Michael and me this morning earlier. And we are friends, so it's part of the family. Sometimes we try to prove a point. And I respect his point. I respect his opinions and his statement. And he's all right. And my statement, it was not about Montreal Canadian players. I know I'm a fan of Montreal Canadian, but my statement, it was not based on Jake Evans. It was on the fact like any player in NHL is responsible of their own action. Mike said he got punished for 4 games. I agree with him. And just for me, I feel like he should get more games and exclude of the series between Winnipeg and Montreal. And I think this would be better and nothing. I just feel game number 6, when he's going to be on the ice, what could happen? Do it really necessary to have players from Montreal try to punish Mark Scheifele by fighting? I don't see that. I don't see it's necessary to do that. That's not what the hockey is looking for. Mr. Phil Gervais, bienvenue. Welcome, Phil. Phil is one of my great good friends. Phil is from Winnipeg Jets, Winnipeg, Manitoba. He have a son play hockey, and I was there a couple of years to do hockey camp over there. I met Phil over there a couple of years ago, and great man, great person. Glad you signed up, buddy. And hopefully you're going to join us more often and talking about the games, and it'll be great to do that. The weather is cloudy here. To be honest with you, it's humid, John. This morning, we got a rain about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I went to the gym. It was humid outside walking. But we're not going to see a lot of sun look like today. But how we cannot fight with 88, 87, right? We have to be grateful about that one over there. So, Julio, going to overnight trip to Lac des Arcs. Hope to turn in tonight on Silufan. Go Jets. Hopefully you'll be there, Julius. I have a lot of respect for you, and I like your comments. And like I said, whatever we are not agree or disagree, or we are agree, it's not a matter. It's respect each other. And I think, Julio, I like your comments all the time, and I think you are a big asset of this community called the Hockey Nation Live Show family. And I really appreciate you stop by this morning, and we'll see what happening tonight. And hopefully the Jets, without Mark Scheifele, I'm sure they have enough talent and skill. Think about that. We don't know the condition about Stastny. I did not look. But they have Paul Stastny, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Kyle Corner, Nikolai Heller, Blake Wheeler, Andrew Coop, Adam Laurie, Mason Appleton, Matthew Perreault. And then they're going to bring the Finland players, Vesalinen over there. And, Lewis over there. Nate Thompson's over there. So, yeah, who knows really, right? I just feel like it was not necessary to hit him the way he did it. If he would play puck, try to stop the puck first, and then after that hit Jake Evans, completely understand he make a mistake. But his intention right now was straight to hit Jake Evans. That was what I'm bothered. And it could be Mark Scheifele, it could be Ryan Reeves, he could be Luke Glendening, or he could be Yannick Gord, or he could be also Jesperi Kokanemi. It's not about a matter who is the name of the players. For me, it's not necessary to a player in NHL try to try to hurt someone. Body check is there, I understand. Suspension is there, I understand. It's just like I don't want to have resilience after that, move on to the next thing, and we forget the great play when we talk about those players or those circumstances in hockey. Thank you so much, everybody. Have an amazing, great rest Friday, guys. The night, 7:30, 7 o'clock, we're going to be live again for another live stream between the Montreal Canadiens and the Winnipeg Jets. We're going to do also the the Vegas Golden Knights and the Colorado Avalanche. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow, Saturday, special edition, Sunday, special edition with the Hockey Nation Live Show with the coach FRENCHY. So I look forward to see you guys this weekend. And if you're not here tonight, if you're not there this weekend, happy weekend. Enjoy your weekend. And, of course, remember, it's all about your family. Take care about your family. And, of course, take care about yourself. Because you have what, Coach? Of course, you have greatness inside of you. Happy Friday, everybody.